Today's session was all about belonging to country, totems and obligation, the interconnectedness of all living things. We have a good conversation about what our mentality behind that is and how we see totems and what they do and our obligation to care for them. So we broke down each part of that so that the mob could see what a totem is. Everyone sort of gets a small understanding of a totem, but we wanted to go deeper where we give them, this is your responsibility to love it, to care for it, to understand it, to build relations for it. You got to make sure its habitat's intact. You got to make sure that its food source is intact. All of these things that sit around your totem doesn't sit away from you, it actually sits beside you.
And it progresses. Doesn't matter, that was just an example of dolphin. Yeah, and it could be as simple as with the goanna. There's a relationship, it has to eat something. And therefore someone connects to it. Someone is that what it eats. And that's what our country was about. Everybody had their place. We didn't live outside of it and say, oh, right, we're above all this, that's all over there. We actually was in it. We were amongst it. And that's when we start talking about obligation, totems. This is where it's at.
It was a way of managing your country, your resources. Black ducks can't eat black duck. But when we host ceremony and people come, there's a food source there that hasn't been touched and that they can eat it. Goannas, lads, don't eat goannas. But when we host ceremony, we go over there, there's a food source that we can eat that's not taken away from their food sources as well. So it's a way of managing your lands as well. I don't eat that, so then you can eat that as well, you know? So it's a way of managing the resources so we're not taking too much from the land, because if I can't eat that animal and you can eat that one, well, I can eat yours and you can eat mine. And that is making sure there's enough for everyone around as well.
And then in the middle session, we done this cotton wool activity, which talked about, again, interconnectedness of all living things. We got everyone to break down what they thought made up our culture. They said, we said 14 things, but they come up with so many different things. And then basically me and Jacob just refined that a little bit and brought it down to 3 things. And we said ceremony, language, and country. And then what happened is we sat them all in a circle, talked about unity, talked about togetherness and how our mob actually did care for one another, and that sitting in the circle was meaning that we're all
Everything
equal.
About it, that country, the language, that ceremony was known inside and out by all of our old people. And there's a disconnect today. So this is going to help show you that in a physical representation.
And we explained how, if you was on the outside looking in, that's complicated. That's hard to explain. But if you're actually living inside of that, you understand language, you understand ceremony, you understand country, and it makes it simple to really teach and be a part of that. And then we said that's how our mob was. Our mob was connected, simple. It looked crazy from the outside, but on the inside it was magic.
Then think about what's going to look like in 100 years' time. It's going to be what it looked like at the start, So that helps me get through this situation now. When I see this, that sadness, I go, I'm going to bring it back. Just watch me. And the more you try and stop me, the harder I'm going to go.
And that's what we want to get out of this. The revitalisation of our culture all starts with us sitting in this circle talking about this now, today. If our mentality changes and our perspective of how we see our culture and how we see our people, once we are strong within ourselves and we start to build that web, start to build that connection, that's what's important. Then we invite everybody in here. Everybody that lives on this country, everyone that breathes in this oxygen of our trees, they also are part of that. We don't just say, oh, this is for black people only. Because that's not our mentality, that's not our way. But we all got to know it first. We have to know this first.
I'm not throwing it. Definitely shoot.
There you go.
The last session was basically calendar plants and through the mother. Through the mother for us is something that we really got to talk to about our mob. The way we carry ourselves is through the mother. Our connection to country is through the mother. Our relationship through land is through the mother. Our relationship through animals through the mother. Our whole being and existence comes from it's through the mother. So we say be open, be vulnerable. The only way you can connect to the mother is to be completely open. And that's the important part. We say, let go of the wall, close it, shut it, put it down. Open yourself up. Open yourself up to the mother, to country, to language, and you watch and you'll see how it takes control of you. And everything you live and be is through the mother. And that's a big important part for our people.
As I said at the very first day, through the mother, Miriwan Minga doesn't just mean Mother Earth, that means the women as well. So our roles as men are providers and protectors. We've all talked about providing and protecting Mother Earth. We need to put that back into our women as well. Provide and protect our women, our babies, our mothers, our wives, our sisters, our aunties, all those people, we are the ones to stand up and defend them and protect them. As every single man was a warrior, every single man. There wasn't like, in other countries they got warriors, farmers, builders, these lads, no. Every man hunted and was a warrior. You provided and protected for your family. Our most important years learning for us men as boys were with our mums and our nans. Those first 11, 12 years, we spent all that time with your nans and your mums. Not only do you learn the bush tucker bush medicines, but you also learn about that nurturing love and care that you learn from those certain women. And so, yeah, for us men, that how we care for mother isn't just looking after the land, it's how we act, how we carry ourselves, you know, around our children, because they're the ones they learn from us, you know.
So that was what today was about. And again, once we finished, everyone was pretty happy in terms of feeling like they've obtained something new perspective and new vision. And we're seeing it. We're touching them and we're doing the right thing. So we look forward for what tomorrow brings.